Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Play of the Devil. In the last episode, we found Serra. Not quite the Serra that I'm used to, but probably a lot better for Content 3 threshold ratings. Can't argue with that logic. Father did say you're a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. So yeah, for a recap, we found out what David Asher wanted to give us. It's our android Serra here. We don't know why, and apparently she doesn't either. Yeah, that's me. You're a lawyer, and I defeated you with logic. World-class, high-power attorney, the best defense money can buy. So do you catch criminals? Oh, she's very invested suddenly. That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. Then do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice. Sue corrupt corporations and officials. You are very sheltered. Oh dear. I don't think anyone does that anymore. Then what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and powerless! Do you also... Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything. How old are you? I saw that she's ever so slightly irritated here. I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer. 0 for 2 on answering simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory? 2 years ago. And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility? I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer? You want to take me apart? David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his house? He couldn't have. He must have had help, probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's got to be someone in the company who can ID this thing and help me figure out what's so important about it. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of? This body is comprised of an organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? They cannot be worth that much trouble. My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and centrally located pump that circulates oxygen. I mean, what she just said, but darn, I've forgotten what I was thinking. It feels a bit like David was doing this because he could rather than because he should. Oh, I remember now. How was she still alive in the warehouse back there if she needs oxygen? You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. But where does all the extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier and it felt like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of metal-grade plastics and military-grade titanium carbide alloy. That sure took the wind out of her sails. My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past... Wait, did you say military grade? I have a grip strength above 1,000 kilograms. Maybe that's what the weight system was for, to test out how well she works with all that. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour. I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately... I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way it's talking about. Even just standing there, it seems to be poised. The absolute pride resonance! It's a 7 absolute pride resonance! Controlled, spring tight, strength and flexibility like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, lifelike enough to avoid detection. Oh boy. I hope that Morgan bonds quickly because she sounds like she's worth an absolute fortune. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it'd make for the perfect infiltration unit. And the whole barcode on the face. The perfect weapon if you keep its development a secret. Did David really put something that heavy on my plate? Dismantling a military prototype in secret. Are you deep in thought? But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. Would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military? I have other features I could tell you about if you like. If I shot you, would you die? It would be very painful. There would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective. That settles it. This thing's a weapon, sure as I... Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair? I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy. I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality. I haven't gone outside much. It still doesn't explain why you didn't choke to death inside that tank. Does it have air holes or something? Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. You're just a pin cushion, aren't you? I'm not familiar with the term. Searching. Pincushion. Jargon. Design. Refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. Got an idea, not sure what to do with it? Stick it in the pincushion. It's as good an explanation as any for what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down after only a few years. Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built via committee, over years with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man. A man who's now... Seems we got off track there, Serra. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me? Besides that you were to look after me? He also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, Adonai? What's that? That word you called me, what was that? Adonai. From classical Hebrew. Well, don't look at me, I didn't learn Hebrew. The only language that I learned in passing was Japanese, and that was in 3rd grade. I did learn something interesting, that apparently all the Australian animals are just renamed, basically word for word in Japanese, because, well, where else are you going to find Australian animals? Yes, you will call it kangaroo in Japanese. Translated literally, it means my lord. Do you prefer that I call you master? No. Very good, Anadwa. Why'd David use Hebrew, though? Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. Amusing, more likely, it's just a joke. Father would not make light of such a thing. Sure he would. Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago. Thursday night then? Correct. Oh, we have a conflict of interest now. She might be the witness and the last person to see him alive. But then that also means that she might get she's gonna be scrutinized. They might decide, you can't have her, we need to take her apart. Noble owns her. Even though Noble probably doesn't own her, Noble has enough lawyers to forcibly take her anyway. Noble property, Noble technology. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Understand? How? May I see him? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not sick. I don't feel like doing the whole song and dance with 2 robots in one day. That's very charming, but let's go to commands only. What? What happened? Did he have an accident? Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? He built out the commands only mode. I think that he wanted this to be sort of like a child or something. As realistically human as possible. The police have determined he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take the commands the first time I say them and not. The police are wrong. Excuse me? I mean, it's not like it's not like I had any compunctions about it. Of course it wasn't suicide. If it was, it would make for a very boring game. Sometimes mysteries can have an actual suicide element to them, and they work, but that's because they're the exception, not the rule. The rule is we always need a case to solve. And usually when it throws in a suicide angle, that is part of the case. They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. He told me. Look, Serra. I'm sorry? You're sorry? Tension's tipping. Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, spearmint. My name is Serra. You will use it because my father, David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me, and he did not kill himself. Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It is a request, Adenoir. A request I'll have to refuse. The police have their job and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle, but what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go, we need to... Father asked you to look after me. Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favour. Instantly kills the music. That moment of, oh damn it. 1 favour. The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me. Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I am calling in the favour now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector or you can donate me to a university, it doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. You will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong. It was not my intention to amuse or rotate. No, that's for damn sure. Fine, I'll take the deal, Sarah. You mean you will prove that father did not? I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer, I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. Then where do we start? I didn't realize you had a law degree. I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner. This isn't a job interview. I am far from useless. I can... The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective. And David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all unless... And I am also capable of... Can you tell a lie? I am capable of making statements that are false. Guess that'll have to do. Are you going to ask me to lie? Yes. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies, they make errors. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adenoir? She's not the upright justice sort of investigator that we're used to in the likes of Case Closed or Ace Attorney. Or heck, even Danganronpa, even though you could raise questions about that second game. Our main character there had a bit of a past. No, she just does what she needs to. Are you sure about this? You have questions too, don't you? Right now I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are. Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching. Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards? What's that? All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was father also working under such poor conditions? They don't have asthma. Then why are they all carrying inhalers? Inhaler, corporate use. First legalized in 2083, the stimulant sold under the name Adroxone has since become one of the most widely used drugs in the corporate world. As a Class 2 stimulant of least concern, employees of any corporation in good standing with the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight can have access to Adroxone without a prescription as long as their HR representative feels it would be beneficial to their work performance. Workplace Adroxone, as it is sometimes called, is dispensed through biomonitor-enhanced inhalers that automatically detect overdoses and keep track of possible habit formation. Automatic safety levels may be adjusted at supervisor's discretion. Unsubstantiated claims that Adroxone was first invented as a purely recreational drug by the notoriously violent Skullhead Mafia caused enough of a stir in 2083. A formal investigative committee was formed. Unfortunately, in 2084, an industrial hydrogen fuel accident resulted in the deaths of all 391 known Skullhead members, placing the investigation at an indefinite standstill. Wouldn't it be interesting if the investigative committee murdered them? Yes, ma'am, she's right over here. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. Did I mess up? On the contrary. Eyes wide, she's a DA. Quiet. She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ears perked up. Emma Rockford! Do you have anything interesting here? Assistant District Attorney, milk tea, white noise, black lace, artificial sweeteners, home remedies, ink stains, true crime, bodice rippers, best at getting the staff's attention, worst at on deciding what to order. I don't know if these change each time, but that's a lot of fun. Best at getting the staff's attention, worst at deciding what to order. That's a dangerous combination, ain't it? Didn't think I'd run into you here. Yeah, didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think my presence sends a strong message to the Megs, so... No, wait, what are you doing here? A few minutes later. I see. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you for saying that. And thank you, Detective Grace, for your many kind words. Homicide Detective 3rd Class likes chewing gum, sports drinks and biking, dislikes babysitting audiobooks and manspreading. Relaxed when shopping for groceries. Now there's an interesting hidden trait. Struggles with remembering lyrics. Default status, do not disturb. I mean, yeah, that's how I always run my Discord, otherwise I'd get pinged all the time. And then my second Discord, I keep forgetting to put that on, so I get pinged all the time there as well. We can't all be as talkative as you. Normally quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but since you are so genuine in your reading... Bite me. I don't know there's a need for all that. Very mature, Detective. Did you come up with that yourself? No, that's Kaguya's signature pose. Like the pop star? I don't know what you're talking about. You can admit it if you do. Well, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is. Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous... Kaguya is the stage name of a singer-songwriter known for her powerful voice and her stage persona's intricately crafted lore, unlike my pronunciation of the word intricately. After releasing a blitz of chart-topping singles, a quadruple platinum album, and a bevy of cultural reset music videos in the last 3 years, she has come to be considered the leading living figure in pop music and pop culture realm. Kaguya's official age is listed as 10,086 years old. I'm sorry, but that one stunned me for a bit. She released her first single, Orbit, in 2083, which went on to peak at number 1 at the Billboard Top Single Rubicon Digital Singles chart and the Night 8 music video streaming tracker, making it one of the fastest-selling singles in history. Personal details on the pop star remain scarce, and protecting her anonymity has become a core part of her fan culture. When a retired facial analysis expert claimed that her stage makeup was formulated specifically to make facial recognition on her impossible, a representative for her record company met with the press to clarify she is simply a private person who wants her fans to enjoy the experience that is Kaguya's voice. Users also frequently search for Kaguya explained, Kaguya Iceberg explained, Kaguya Lunatropic Tour tickets where to buy. Yeah, well, I just don't know who that is, so... Ma'am! Weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services? Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Ash's funeral service. Wouldn't his family want to take care of that? No. No? No. I see. Sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan? Ha! Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning. Hey, you're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got crawling around. Money. You're not wrong, there are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. But the honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will. The company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it. Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are. Right, so if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will... Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing. An unrelated matter? That's convenient. Isn't it? But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death. And where did you hear that? Am I mistaken? No, you're right. They concluded it was suicide. Can always count on her to be blunt. I was worried about that. Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling... Because I'm going to have to contest that charge. What? The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it. What the hell are you talking about? The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, Detective. It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial. Especially not for their own murder, Morgan. No, not to trial, of course. But there would be a preliminary hearing in a case like this. A preliminary hearing is a step in which the criminal court process in which a judge or jury will evaluate whether there exists sufficient evidence to justify a trial. Between security systems, personal devices, biomonitors, IoT, crumbs, automated dependents, and mods, it is extremely rare in modern times for people's evidence of a crime to be found lacking, making preliminary hearings somewhat of a formality that is frequently sidestepped without protest from the defense. Technically, as a formality, assuming the courts aren't busy that day. I'm afraid on this occasion I'm going to have to insist on the formality. Yeah, you really don't have much to say in the matter, do you? With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney. All that money and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? Bullshit. I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney. You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance. What do you mean? I only found out he wanted to be his attorney today. After he died? How the hell did you miss that memo? Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well. Oh, I didn't know you had an android, Morgan. It's cute! Thanks, but it's actually David's. And it's technically my witness. Witness to what? 38 hours ago, that is, David Asher communicated to me, as a matter of record, the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges be brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan. Oh, so that's her first name. Oh, we're almost 30 minutes. Is this a point that we want to cut the episode at? Maybe just a bit more. Evangeline. Pasamuse. No, wait, seriously? Your name's Evangeline? Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Should we all be curtsying? It's not that funny. No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline. Or do your friends call you Angel? I hear Kaguya's on tour, Detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you like all the other 15-year-old... Hey! Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just... Yeah, this is where we'll cut it. Until next time, guys. Take care. I'll see you all around. We are now officially involved in this nonsense.